Welcome back to Napalm Nick, and don't forget The Coop, where we dive deep into the legend that shaped music history, covering the ultimate Alice Cooper odyssey from the wild, experimental days of the original band, my favourite era, in the late 60s and early 70s, through to the theatrical solo era that turned nightmares into anthems, all the way to killer spin-offs from the founding members like Billion Dollar Babies, Hollywood Vampires, Platinum God and beyond. Anything they release, Kane Roberts, anything, we'll cover it. We'll rank, rate and rave about every album, uncovering hidden gems, books I've got, DVDs and those underrated deep cuts that still pack a punch. Whether you're a diehard fan or just discovering The Coop, stick around, this is going to be a killer ride. If you're hyped, smash the like button, subscribe for more rock reviews and hit the bell below so you never miss a beat. Let's get into it. Alice Cooper, his sixth album, Billion Dollar Babies. Probably their most grand effort at the time that they'd even thought about. This was one that made them humongous. They were mad. I would love to have been around at the time to read all about it and see all about it. Released around mid 73. Musicians, as always, Alice Cooper, vocals and harmonica. Neil Smith, Platinum God, drums and vocals. Dennis Dunaway, bass and vocals. And the Jews harp on Elected, whatever that is. Glenn Buxton, lead guitar. Possibly only on Generation Landslide, but we'll get into that. Michael Bruce, rhythm guitar, vocals, piano and organ. Bob Osmond just on the keyboards. And we have quite a few notes on extras who have helped out. Some familiar names: Dick Wagner, Mick Mashbeer, Steve Hunter, Reggie Vincent, all lending a hand, as well as Donovan on Billion Dollar Babies, and myself. Originally released Warner Brothers Records again, produced by Bob Ezrin and Nimbus 9. Interesting on the photography by David Bailey, the well-known 60s legendary photographer. Lynn Goldsmith and Neil Preston. Recorded at a few places, the Record Plant New Yorkers again, the Alice Cooper Mansions in Connecticut, and the Morgan Studios in London. Took a time, no expense spared, they took a lot onto it for this. The album cover, this is actually just the re-release. You know me, I like my re-releases. I've got the original here, but the original, it came in the snakeskin wallet. Opened up, not going to get it out. It's delicate now. Is this got the $1 Million Babe? The bill we can open up. I'll open it up on the new rehashed one. But I had the little tear cards back in the time. Mine all still exempt. But I don't want to pull them out because they start falling apart now. This is where the re-releases come in really well. They've done a few for $1 Billion Babies actually, but this is the vinyl one. It's just a great cover. Even the feel of it, it feels good, doesn't it? This one had all the same bits and bobs the other one had. It also had a little booklet. Unlike the Killers and the Schools Out, they did it separately with all the notes. Absolutely cracking as always. And I think this has got in here somewhere the $1 Billion. I have to open it up. Such a big task, isn't it? But there you go. Yeah, it's got the same little pull cards. They're not perforated on this, so they're more secure. And it's got the $1 Billion, which opens up. I have seen some of these for sale on eBay for silly money, and you can get it on the album, can't you? Do you know what I mean? There we go. That's the first one, and there's the back of it. Really nice bit of kit. Like I say, I don't tend to play with the originals. I'd rather just get the copy ones out, and it slips back into the wallet if I can get it. I'll sort that later. But yeah, this is a reissue. It's got some live tunes on it as well. Again, got it in every format. They've done a few different ones of this. Well, I've got the cassette, CD. I've got another couple of CDs. I think this one came out first. It was a triple and it had the live stuff on. But even these, they do really well, And then they did recently they did another re-release. I've not opened this one because it's the same actually what's on there. Of all the extras, which include live concert from April 73 at Houston, Texas. Some of the outtakes and some single versions. The outtakes are Cold Black Model T, which became something else obviously. and Son of a Billion Dollar Babies, Generation Landslide. But yeah, all good, all different good versions are getting. The cover's brilliant, isn't it? You know, to give that concept again, after moving on from schools out on the desk, we've now got the wallet. They were going in the big time. They had the money, and they were showing it, and they made no bones about it. They were there making money now. Let's go through the songs. You know, I like the album. Listen, a lot of people love this album. This what brought me into Alice Cooper. I like the album, and I maybe because I play certain things too much and I go through stages, but I only like the album. I love the album, but it's not my favourite. You know what I mean? And I think it's probably because I have played it so much. It opens with "Hello Hooray," a Rolf Kemp song. Judy Collins did a ballad of it. Just a great show opener. Let the show begin and be ready. You know, it's just a great show opener, let's be honest. Then we go into the dark, Raped and Freezing, a Michael Bruce and Alice Cooper song about a bloke getting, raped by a woman. Dark song, but there's not a bad song. Even though I'm not going to score this massively high, there's not a bad song on here, so I'm sort of contradicting myself a little bit. Then we go into Elected, which started from Reflected, obviously. It was actually John Lennon's favourite song, apparently. And this was written by the whole group, the Alice Cooper group. It's a great song, isn't it? Let's be honest. I Want to Be Elected. It still gets played. You sing around to it. Like I say, it's a great song, isn't it? And there's different versions. The fourth song, he's got the $1 Billion Babies, which was Alice Cooper, Michael Bruce, and Reggie Vincent gets credit for that. Another great chorus, a great song. You can't knock it, to be honest with you. Unfinished Sweet, probably my favourite song on the album. Alice Cooper, Bruce, and the Platinum God, Neil Smith. A Visit to the Dentist has never been so 007. Just the sound of the drill. It's just a great song, isn't it? It is a great song. No More Mr. Nice Guy, Cooper, Bruce, one, another catchy tune. They did do, when it was just them two, they were catchy tunes. I always liked the version done by Dave Mustaine from Megadeth. I always thought that was a good version of No More Mr. Nice Guy. The lyrics on that are absolutely brilliant. You know, I used to be such a sweet, sweet thing till they got hold of me. I'd open door for little old ladies. I'd help the blind to see. I got their friends because they read the paper. You know, I just love the lyrics on that song, to be honest with you. Generation Landslide is credit to the group. It's just a great song, isn't it? Sick Things, you start going into the Bob Ezrin, Alice Cooper, Michael Bruce song. It starts going down the dark side of it. That could go on to the Welcome to My Nightmare quite easily. It's a good song again. Marianne, Bruce and Cooper again. And it ends with I Love the Dead, Ezrin, Cooper and Dick Wagner. Strong. It is a strong album, isn't it? But this was from what you read when you go on to sickthings.com, which I always push on here, you know that. Very interesting time period. This is when the Troubles were starting. We obviously had issues with Glenn at this point. So, you know, the cracks were starting to show. Alice was probably becoming the big star he was to become. And it was probably felt. Was this the start of the demise of the Alice Cooper group? Probably. But what an album. What an album. I'm not going to score it massively high, which might surprise you. And I think I honestly genuinely think it's because it's one of them. I think when you get older, you've played something so much and so often, you harden to it and you don't like it as much, and then you start going to the more obscure and liking them a bit more. I imagine it'll go full circle. It is a good album. It's something all of us have. I do recommend you getting the remastered versions to keep your others in great nick, and You get all the extras and all that, and it is a great album. It's a good introduction to Alice Cooper. A lot of people loved Alice Cooper from this album. I'm going to score it a strong 7 out of 10. Might be strange for a few of you. I mean, to score it the same as Schools Out. But this period, I think the most popular period for me, made it not as popular for me, if that makes any sense whatsoever. But yeah, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Let me know what you think. Let me think you think I'm mad or crazy. Put your comments below and all that. But I do like it. I do like near enough all the songs on it. I just don't love it. And I think it's probably because I did love it at one point and I've just played it to death. But I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Let me know what you think. Like I say, it's got the same Schools Out. And then we go on to the last album of the group, Muscle of Love. So obviously there was Troubles happening. Then we come into Muscle Love. I imagine the alcoholicness of Alice Cooper sort of kicked in around now as well. And they were living the dream of rock and roll stars, let's be honest. They'd worked hard to get there, and they got there. And now they were sailing on jets and the $1 billion jet, and it's no wonder it went to their heads a little bit. And now it'd be interesting to know what you think, but I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Everyone's got it. We all love it. We'll all go back to it at some point. They still play most of the songs today, but just 7 out of 10 for me. And we go on to Muscle of Love. Anyway, I'll leave you with that. Just a short one today. I've got one thing left to say to you. Don't forget the coup.